All right. Well, thank you all for coming out today. It's a celebration of Women's History Month, the proclamation for March 2020. The reason, of course, we're doing it today is because of the restrictions due to the corona virus and all those restrictions and what we have to deal with here. So thank you for being flexible and adaptable, and also thank you very much for being here today. Thank you all for being here today, as for every council member we have today. Folks, please welcome Marcia Krauss from Casa de Esperanza. She might be the only one that didn't quite make it today, so we are recognizing her nevertheless. Mary Tierra, welcome. Debbie Pacayo, very sorry about that, Pacayo. Jaswinder Sandhu, there she is. Leelam Dinsa Cantolugo, welcome. Joyce Hammond, there you are, hi Joyce. Paul Dillon was unable to make it today. And Sarah Sealander, good old Sarah, a staple out at Yuba College for well over 3 decades. So each of you have received a copy of the proclamation and a yellow rose. The significance of the yellow rose is whether in August of 1920, supporters for women's voting rights or suffrage wore yellow roses to show their support. So it's very poignant and very significant of that. And we're happy to have all of you folks have one of those today. I'm going to read the proclamation, all of which you all have a copy of that. Whereas, women have influenced and advanced every facet of American life and culture. The strength, ingenuity, and spirit of our female leaders, innovators, and pioneers shape our government, industry, families, and communities. And whereas this year marks the centennial anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment to our Constitution, securing the right to vote for women. This milestone in our country was made possible in August 1920 by the devotion, leadership, and perseverance of pioneers like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony. And whereas the ratification of the 19th Amendment enabled women to finally have their voices counted in voting booths, paving the way for greater female participation in all levels of government. And whereas throughout our history, women have also been pioneers themselves in fields like science, medicine, and engineering. And that list goes on and on. Bessie Coleman, the world's first civilian licensed African-American pilot, and Marie Luring, the first female truck designer, changed the way we think about aviation and transportation. St. Catherine Drexel selflessly served those in need and left an indelible mark on nursing and education. NASA mathematician Katherine Johnson was behind some of the brilliant work that made possible the first manned space flights by United States astronauts. Big deal. And most recently, 2 brave American astronauts, flight engineers Krista Koch and Jessica Mayer, made history by conducting the first all-female spacewalk outside of the International Space Station. And whereas in 2019, women comprised 71% of the net increase in employment, and female unemployment rate reached near historic lows. And women, for the first time, made up the majority of the college-educated workforce. That's right. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Sean Harris, Mayor of the City of Yuba City, on behalf of our entire City Council, do hereby proclaim March 2020 as Women's History Month, to pay tribute to the women who strengthen and enrich our society through civic action, devotion to family, and tireless dedication to the community, innovation, peace, and prosperity. And then, of course, it's dated July 2020. But we all understand why is that. So thank you very much. All right.
I'm here to do a plug for an event that the Arts Council is sponsoring. It's, how do you pronounce it, Pam? Womanican? There's a project, people have decorated mannequins, wool mannequins, and they will be marched through Yuba City on August 22nd, the actual anniversary of the 100th anniversary of the right to vote. And Pam Novak has made a couple beautiful ones. Lila Solorzano did a fabulous one. I've seen those 3. I urge you all to come out and march through the streets wearing a mask, being socially distanced, but celebrating our right to vote.
All right. Wool mannequin, I like that. Anybody else care? Don't we give you an opportunity? No? Grace? Go right ahead.
I am extremely honored to have you all with us. I know that we wanted to celebrate you in March. We hope that we can bring other women to celebrate them in March as well. But every day is truly a celebration for women and women's rights, the voting opportunity, equal pay, all those other options as women that we have worked so tirelessly to bring forward in our community. And I thank you from the bottom of our heart for all that you have done and given to this community, because the wealth of your time, your energy, and your gifts have made the quality of this community even better than it was before. So thank you so much.
I would like to thank the City Council for doing this for us and taking time out of your schedules during this very difficult period to come here and do this for us. So I'm very grateful, and I look forward to our community doing things like this more and more in the future. Thank you.
All right, very well said, all of you. And thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. And, just right here in front of us represents so many years and years of hard work and dedication and contribution to our community. And like Grace said, you make a big difference, and we are better because of you. So thank you very much. Have a good night.